After a week of selling, the market bounces. Is it dead cat or are the bulls back in town? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in last week's video, we talked about the fact that the 5610 level was very key for the bears to hold if they want a continuous downside. And while they held it on Friday, they failed to do so on Monday, and the bulls gave us a bounce. So now the question is this a dead cat bounce, or are the bulls back in town? I'll get into that in just 1 second. But first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the market giving us a bounce, let's jump in and take a look at the charts. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as we talked about last week, that 5610 level was very important. It was the top of the downside pivot. And while they defended it really well here, you can see they defended on Friday and pushed lower. On Monday, they gave it up, even though they poked just above it. A break of the pivot is problematic for the bears. So what we have now is just a 3-down structure, and what we're looking at on a 3-down structure would be this being an A wave, the potential for a B wave bounce, and then a C lower. That C lower would come down into the 54.75 area, and from there we'd look for a pretty strong bull move, and we'd look for that to take us back to new all-time highs. So with the failure of the bears to hold the 5610 level, we do have basically two potentials. So our first potential is the more immediate bearish potential that we just went through, where they come up into that 5630 area, which is very heavy resistance. You can see they held it. They consolidated here and broke out. They came down, held it, consolidated, broke out, came down here, consolidated, broke down. So now you have all of this resistance at that 5630 level, and the next level above that would be 5650. Above that, and it starts to turn bullish more immediately, and we would look for this to be the bottom of the pullback. So the two paths, again, are this would be our A leg. We'd have a B wave up here into that 5630 to 50 area. Then we'd look for a C wave, and pretty strong selling really here. We would look for pretty straight down selling into that 54.75 area. And that would complete this larger wave 4. And this would be potentially a wave 4 of 3. The way it's going to work out, we're at the 1, 2, 3, 6 here of a bigger move. A wave 4 of 3 would take us back up here toward the 58.30 area, and that bigger pullback sets up the bigger move higher. Now, the other possible outcome is that this was all of wave 4. So this move down would be all of wave 4. And a move back over 56.50 would be our first warning, and over 56.78 would tell us that we're on our way, very likely up into the 5800 region, that 58.30 ES, these are the futures, ES region for the next move higher. Still overall looking for the bigger downturn, but as this pattern has turned into a 3-wave move, it tells us that we're likely looking higher towards that 58.31 level at some point, whether that be after a bigger pullback to 54.75, or if we've already put in the bottom and we're going to take out 56.78 moving on to the upside. So key levels there. 56.30 and 50 are the places the bears want to hold. Above that starts to turn bullish, and any break of 55.41 turns us into a 54.75 area over on the NASDAQ. Okay, so the NASDAQ plays out just a little bit different. It is much more of a clean 5-wave structure to the downside for a bigger 5 waves that has broken through a little bit more support, and it also has the potential to turn over for one more low here off the 382, where the ES would be coming off of its 0.618, and that would be just a deeper 5th wave. So right now it could be 5 waves. It also could very well just be that the 3rd wave completed. We're looking for a wave 4 up and a wave 5 down to the 19,500 area. That would be a more complete wave 5. I would like that look a lot better than this current move down. If you get a 4 and a 5 down here. And then what would happen is if ES is going to go up and make a high, you could see NASDAQ make an ABC here and then turn over and come down when ES turns over off of that high as well. So it's possible NASDAQ has topped. It has broken through some support. It hasn't broken through all of the key support yet, but it has come down to a key support level and held. So that would be the first option for the NASDAQ, is that you have a wave 4 and then a 5 down like this to that 19,500 level. The key to hold there is the 19,160, I'm sorry, the 20,160 area. Basically this wave 4 high here as well. Lots of resistance there. You would look for that to hold and turn down. And if it does that, that would be, like I said, a pretty standard 5-wave down. The other option is NASDAQ came down to its previous wave 4 low. And if that's the case, we could have put in a bottom already. And NASDAQ is going to look to try to make a new high off of this low. Up near the 21,291 area for its next move. Now, overall, I would not expect to see the NASDAQ in a ABC and then a down move unless it's going to be, this is wave 2 and we're starting a wave 3 down. And the reason for that is the NASDAQ is already at some pretty key support here. We do have a 5-wave structure. I would not expect this type of move up into the 20,003 to 20,470 area and then roll over and come down. So NASDAQ, I would think, would line up much better with ES as a wave 4-5 than ES looking to go make a new high while NASDAQ gave us an ABC rally. And that happens quite often. The NASDAQ generally tops first in these rallies. It topped first in 22. It topped first in August of 23. So those areas where you're looking for tops, you're looking for the NASDAQ generally to top first. So overall, NASDAQ has a couple of paths that we'd look for. First, the 4 and 5 setup down to the 19,500 area. We could see that kind of move play out. Or if they move directly higher through the 20,320 area, 340 area, if they move directly through that, I would start to look at a potential for the NASDAQ trying to reach for a new all-time high. So NASDAQ, a little bit different than the ES where it has a better 5 waves down. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, become part of our trading team, interact with PT and I. Make sure it's for you before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our educational material with our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course and our Advanced Elliott Wave course. These courses are helping traders understand these complex patterns in the market, how to find these key levels and how to trade off of them so you can do it all on your own. In our advanced course, we go through the complex patterns that we've been seeing in the market, such as diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, how to trade Elliott Wave, all these different complex concepts that help you understand these markets so you can trade effectively. Now, as you can see on the screen, traders are really loving this course, but if it's too advanced or you're new to Elliott Wave, we also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. This course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And that's because Elliott knew that the news cycles were garbage long ago. He knew that key levels mattered, and he knew what happened when those key levels held and what happened when they broke. This gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. This course is 25 videos where I go through 3 sections. Your introduction, where we go through your mindset, your expectations, the KISS method, and why this works. The chart setup and tools, where we go through the chart setup and all of the tools you need to use with Elliott Wave, why we use them and how to use them. And we go through all of the Elliott Wave for Beginners course, which is each of the waves, the corrective depth theory, theory of alternation, zigzags, everything you need to know about Elliott Wave to make sense of this irrational market. The cool thing about these courses is if you want to get them both for a discount, you can get our bundle course. And there you get $37 off and you get both courses. But if you don't want to pay anything at all, you can get them for free simply by joining one of our monthly rooms. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect and answer all of your questions, as well as all of the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trades. We do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced training, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, which is killing the market, and his reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's something you have to see to understand. And that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, key takeaways for today. We are looking for a little bit of continuation in this bounce up into the 5630 to 50 area. 5630 has quite a bit of resistance. That would be a key level. We'd look for a turn down off of that. If they do, we're looking at 5475. 5475 would be that level to the downside. If they're able to push through 5650, it becomes much more likely they're going to try to make a direct move higher toward the 5830 level. Once there, we would look for a turn down and see what kind of structure we get. Over on the NASDAQ, a little bit different as the NASDAQ does have 5 waves down and could actually make a deeper 5 waves where they have a 4-5 coming. That 4-5 would target the 19.5 area, and for that to happen, you'd want to see them hold about the 20,160 area. If they push above that, we would be looking for the NASDAQ to push up into the 2316 or 20,472 area and then accelerated move that could take us back to new all-time highs. If that is the case, we would look for the 21,291 area next. Guys, that is your market update for today. We'll talk to you tomorrow.